Hello students. So today we are going to start unit number 2, and in this unit we will discuss about some of the important things for machine to machine communication. And in machine to machine communication we will find that how two machines can communicate with each other, and what are the protocols which are important for it, how the things of internet of things and machine to machine things are acceptable by the market, by the industrial market. So these all things we will learn. So in that case, unit 2 we will have the introduction to the M2M and IoT, some basic definition, some M2M value chains, IoT value chains. So these two are the business models, and that how we can do the business models over the IoT communication, and an emerging industrial structure for the IoT. We will learn that how the IoT structure is developed for the industrial infrastructure, international driven global value chains, and global information monopolies. So in that case we will find that what are the global value chains for any product of the IoT, and how these things are depending on the global information monopolies. For example, MQTT is one of the protocol which is depending, for which the IoT is depending. So these type of monopolies are there for the IoT communications. So M2M to IoT and architectural overview. So in the next, so this unit has the two parts basically. One is your M2M to IoT, a basic perspective. So these all are the basic perspective. Next we have the M2M to IoT and architectural overview, business architecture, main design principles and needed capabilities, and IoT architecture outline, standard consideration. So these things come in the M2M to IoT and architectural overview. So what is machine to machine? So when two machines communicate with each other and do some useful task, then it is a machine to machine communication. So it refers to networking of machines or devices for purpose of the remote monitoring and control and data exchange. So basically this will happen. So we have this M2M type of things. So here you can see that we have M2M network. So there are some digital generators, and these digital generators, some energy generators. These energy generators are working together, and they are able to transfer their data from one point to the another machine, from one machine to the another machine. Now after collecting these all data, there must be some gateway by which we can have all this data at our server side. So that is a M2M gateway. Next is your M2M core network. So this is your M2M core network is there. So it is a wired network. Next we provide this to the application server. So these are the servers where all the data logs, right? Similarly, some another things also. So that is a wired network, and some wireless network also there, and by means of which the motive is same, to store the data of the machines to a server. So an M2M area network comprises of machines which have embedded hardware modules for sensing, actuation and communication. As I already told you, various communication protocols can be used M2M local area network, such as ZigBee. ZigBee is one of the popular network. Okay, it is one of the very popular network, which is also known as wireless sensor network. So this ZigBee is basically used for the communication whenever the machine to machine communication is there. In your lab, in your sensor networking lab, you will find the ZigBee in form of your you can say SenseNuts modules. So these SenseNuts modules are able to, you will find that these SenseNuts are able to communicate with each other. So by means of the Bluetooth it is also possible, by means of Modbus it is also possible. So all these communication protocols are there, and power line communication, so 6 LOPW, these are some standards which are important for the M2M communication. Communication network provides connectivity to remote M2M area networks. The communication network can use either wired either wired or wireless network protocols, as you as you have already seen here. While the M2M area networks use either proprietary or non-IP based communication protocols, the communication network uses IP based networks. Basically what happens, so it may possible that these two networks, these machine to machine networks, are unable to proceed on the internet protocol. So what actually happen, there is a M2M gateway and wired network, or M2M gateway and wireless network. So these type of the network basically works on the internet, IP based networks. So now M2M gateway. So as I already told you that M2M gateway is important, right? So we have already M2M network, area network, Bluetooth, Zigbee and all. And after that these area network, basically this is M2M node, and this M2M node provides the data to the M2M gateway, right? So gateway basically take one type of the data from one side and provide it another at the another point with another routing protocol or another communication protocol. So it is basically has a hybrid of the two type of the protocols. So you can see here there is a native protocol. So for example, if it is a Zigbee, so this is native protocol is the Zigbee. Then it will capture all the data from Zigbee, and it will translate all the data to the and make a another, you can say, another packet in for the another communication protocol. For example, if it want to use the IP routing, so it will convert the data in a IP packet, and then IP packet is transferred to the network. Similarly, this will happen to the another case also. So that's how the M2M gateway works. So what is the difference between the IoT and M2M? So communication protocols, so M2M has the different communication protocols, and IoT has the IP internet protocol, and these are different. These differences are based on the communication protocols. M2M uses either proprietary or non-IP based communication protocols for communication within their M2M area network. Okay, machines in the M2M versus Internet of Things. The things in the IoT refers to the physical objects that have unique identifiers and can sense and communicate with their external environment and use applications or their internal physical states. M2M states, in contrast to IoT, typically have homogeneous machines types within an M2M area network. So that is the case of the machine. Hardware versus software emphasis. While the emphasis of the M2M is on the hardware, so point is this: in the case of the M2M, we need the hardware. We need to gather all the information regarding the hardware, and we just deal with the data which relates with the hardware only. But in case of the IoT, we just need the data which is basically not only on the hardware, it also relates with the software data also. Data collection and analysis. M2M data is collected in the point solutions and often is on premises storage infrastructure. So for example, I have already told you I have shown you one of the figure. So there are one type of the architecture, one type of the machines are there, another type of machines are there. They work collaboratively. So these machines basically work together, and they take the data for the internal architectures only. While in the IoT, that does not happen. The data can be utilized by another machines and another things also. So what are the applications of this? I would like to read these statements. M2M data is collected in point solutions and can be accessed by on-premises applications such as diagnosis applications, service management applications, and on-premises enterprise application. IoT data is collected in the cloud and can be accessed by the cloud applications such as analytics application, enterprise applications, remote diagnosis, and management applications. So these all things are for the IoT based applications. Okay, IoT based and M2M applications. Communication in IoT and M2M, IoT versus M2M. So what type of the communication occurs in the IoT and what type of the communication occurs in the M2M. So there are some layers. So these all layers basically comes in the one of the architecture. Any individual node is comprised of these all layers. So when we have the M2M architecture, then the things completed in the network layer, and all means it will communicate with the another machine using this link layer and the network layer. No need of that application and the transport layer is there, because no data is transferred to the internet. So no any need of the transport layer is there. So only link layer and network layers are enough for that case. And in the case of the IoT, we need the transport layer and the application layer. So these two types of the application layers and these two type of the communication differences are there in the case of IoT and M2M. So in my next lecture, I will tell you about the SDN and VDN. So be prepared for that, and thank you for this lecture.